And we're just a little more than 2 weeks to go until Election Day, and more people than ever, they are casting their ballots early or by mail. Melina Spiva joins us live this morning with a look at how some of our local boards of elections are keeping up with the record high turnout. Good morning.
Good morning, Lindsay. Yeah, this week it marks the first full week of early voting since the polls opened October 6th. Now, this election is pulling record numbers in Ohio with over 193,000 early voters compared to the 65,000 in 2016. So I stopped by our local board of elections in Trimble County to get an update on their numbers, the trends, and what you need to know if you plan on voting early.
Early voting, we voted 6,920 people in person. In 18 years, it's more than I've ever seen.
But is the increase solely due to those looking to dodge the large crowds on Election Day as COVID numbers continue to rise?
I think a lot of it is COVID, but I do think there's a little bit of people just knowing how important this election is and wanting to get out and cast that ballot right away.
For the past several days, we've shown lines of early voters wrapping around buildings, but to our surprise, mail-in voting is the most popular form of voting in this election.
Over 41,000 mail-in ballots been requested right now.
And for those skeptical about the mail-in process, Penrose says it has been quite successful.
We've received over 14,000 ballots, and I'd say we've challenged maybe 20. ID is the most common thing missing on the identification envelopes.
That includes your driver's license number, last 4 digits of your social, or a copy of a utility bill or bank statement. And for those concerned about the results being processed in a timely manner, we are told the Board of Elections are not permitted to count ballots at this moment, but they can start the scanning process.
We will start scanning soon because you can't scan everything at 7:30 on election night, but nothing is tabulated until 7:30 on election night, and we've never missed a deadline yet, so I don't anticipate missing one this election.
Now, if you plan on voting early and would like to avoid the long lines, Penrose tells us they are constantly seeing an increase of voters before and after work and during lunch breaks at noon. Now, starting this week, early voting will extend throughout the weekend in Ohio.